Hi guys, it's Sophie. So I'm going to be doing my try chapter tag today, and I showed you yesterday the books that I'm going to read, but I'll just go over them now just in case you didn't see that one. I've got All the Birds Singing by Evie Wyld. I have The People Who Watched Her Pass By by Bradfield. I've got We Need New Names by NoViolet, Bulawayo, Brave New World by Aldous, Huxley, and American Pastoral by Roth. And I think I'm going to read them in the order I just pulled them out from. So I'm just going to be reading the first chapter or the first section of each book, because I think some of them don't have chapters. So yeah, I will read the first 15 pages if they don't have chapters, and otherwise I'll read the first section. But yeah, so I'm going to start off, undo myself again, with All the Birds Singing by Evie Wyld, and we'll see what I think of that one. Yeah, I've heard really good things, so I'm excited to get in, and I'll just see if it's too bleak then I can manage, but hopefully it's good. Alright, chat soon, bye! So I just finished the first chapter of All the Birds Singing, and it's really bleak, but I kind of love it. Like, rural females doing badass stuff by themselves, getting dirty, not giving a shit and doing the job, that appeals to me, and it's kind of creepy already. Like, yeah, dead sheep are creepy. Dead sheep are creepy. If you aren't like a country person and you've never stumbled across a sheep that looks like it's been torn to shit, like, it's really not nice, and it happens all the time. Sheep die and then people come and, like, animals come and eat what's left of the sheep, but when you're a kid, like, there's something really creepy about like stumbling across a dead sheep. And even now, like, if I find dead livestock in a field, it always makes me feel a bit like, don't like it. But yeah, interesting. You know, if this had just been me picking it up, I probably would have carried on. So good start, strong start. I've got this really lovely bookmark that there was like a sale on vintage stuff, and they've got some vintage, they have some of their like favourite ones on here. I'm using that one for each of them. Yeah, intriguing. So I'm going to go on next to The People Who Watched Her Pass By Bradfield. So I'll catch up with you in a minute for that one. This book is really weird. I've just read the first chapter, which is 26 pages long, and the book is only 150 pages, so that's actually like quite a substantial part of that book. It's really weird. It's about a little girl who gets taken when she's 3 years old by a man, and about what happens to her after that, but it's all really weird. It's kind of funny as well at parts, which like it makes you feel quite uncomfortable. It reminds me a little bit of like a David Lynch movie. It's probably the closest I can come to describing what I'm feeling when I'm reading it. But yeah, I'm definitely intrigued. Like, again, this is another one that, like, if I picked it up, I probably would have kept reading. Very interesting. So yeah, the next one I'm going to be looking at is, where are my books? I've lost my books. We Need New Names by NoViolet, Bulawayo. So I'll see what I think of that one. I think this was the one that doesn't have chapters, so I'm just going to have a quick peek, but I'll let you know what I think in a sec. I appear to have chosen the selection of the darkest possible books I could have chosen to read. We Need New Names is quite incredibly dark. Like, we start out with a pregnant 11-year-old girl who's clearly been raped. We have like starving children, like dead people, like people hanging from trees. It's pretty dark. We've got some stuff. I've only read all of that in, how many pages did I actually read? 18 pages, all of that. Yeah. I think this is going to be a heavy morning, but yeah, intriguing, but I think it might be a little bit too harsh for what I need at the minute. It did take me a few minutes to get into it. Just trying to place myself as to where I was and like what the children were talking about, but yeah, like, it's one I definitely need to read soon-ish, but I don't know that it's necessarily the one I want to read today. Brave New World. I'm pretty sure this is like a sci-fi horror story. Like, that's my feeling when I'm reading this. I'm quite liking it though. It's the kind of sci-fi stuff I'd rather have. Like, I prefer the science-based stuff to the kind of like militaristic stuff or sort of imperial stuff. But yeah, this is more my cup of tea, whilst completely horrifying. So I only have American Pastoral left, which, if the first I've chosen anything to go by, it's probably going to depress the fuck out of me. I also started reading because it arrived and I kind of did the same thing. Another one that's fucking depressing, but I thought I'd just show it to you, seeing as I've been doing it as well. And it's Rape, a Love Story by Joyce Oates. That is probably worse than any of the others I've read. Not like worse in terms of quality. I think all of the books that I have read a chapter of this morning have been really, really good. They're all just really, really harsh. And I think it proves a little bit how dark I like my books, because they're all dark, all in different ways, but they're all so bloody dark. So yeah, American Pastoral, onto terrorism now. I think I might get up and have a bit of a wander in between, just because I've been reading for a few hours now. But yes, American Pastoral was the last one. We'll see what I think of that one in a sec. Hi guys, so it's the next day now and I read the first bit of American Pastoral. I didn't read up to the end of the first chapter because that's like 50 pages in, so I read to the first break, which is 9 pages in. And yeah, I think this seems like it's going to be really interesting. It's really well written, but I don't think it's what I'm looking for at the moment. Whilst I kind of read it quite quick, I just don't think it fits what I'm looking for at the bit. I think it's one that I want to like read on its own almost, and because I have quite a lot of other stuff on, I just don't feel as though I'd give this as much time. I think I'd probably rush it. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to go with American Pastoral. So we'll run over the ones I've read and what I kind of think I'm going to do now. Yeah, so not American Pastoral, but I do think it was good, like from the first like little nibble I had at it. So yeah, one to keep my eye on, but I don't think one I'm going to read immediately. We Need New Names. I probably could have kept reading this, and I think if I had just picked this one up and started, I probably would have kept going. But I think it's just not quite there. I think it's dark, but it's dark in a way that's kind of new to me, and I think I'd find it a bit hard at the moment. So yeah, I really found this like beginning really effective, and again I'm going to keep the ones, I think probably all of them, in a pile, but I don't think it's the next one I'm going to pick up. Brave New World is a contender. Whilst I found it really like horrifying to read, I've not stopped thinking about it since I put it down yesterday, and I'm kind of being drawn back to it. So Brave New World is one I think I might potentially pick up next. All the Birds Singing seems really interesting and has a really strong start, and yeah, it's one I definitely want to read soon. It's kind of what I'm looking for, but I'm not entirely convinced. It's a little bit like Brave New World. Like, I could easily read this, but I don't know that now is necessarily the right time. It reminds me a little bit of Simon Jones's work, if you've ever read him. He did a book called The Dig that I absolutely love, and I think I'm probably really going to enjoy it, but I'm not sure that it's quite what I want. And then the last one was The People Who Watched Her Pass By Bradfield. And this one I am quite drawn to. I think it's between this one and Brave New World. It's shorter, so probably I think this is the one I'm going to go on with. I was like immediately into this story and want to know what on earth is happening. It's really weird. I think that's like my main feeling, is that it's weird. So I think this one might be the one I read next, though I have continued on with Rape, a Love Story by Joyce Oates, because it's just really hard hitting and really effective, and I'll easily finish this one off this afternoon. But I think I'm probably going to go with these two. They're both really short, and I think I could maybe read them both today, or today and tomorrow. And then I think I'm probably going to go on to one of these two. I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing with Anna Karenina and with Compass at the minute, because I'm enjoying both, but I've just been with them for such a long time. I'm feeling really down about them, and my mood is really crap at the minute, like really rock bottom kind of crap, and I just don't think I can force myself to be reading something I don't want to right now, because I don't feel as though I have the energy to do much of anything, never mind like something that should be fun being hard right now. So I'm kind of tempted to put them on the back burner a little bit, just so that I can get through the piece I'm getting through now and just read whatever I want. And like, whilst both of these are really dark, like, I'm not saying that these are like light funny reads, I kind of feel like I need like tiny things now that make me feel like I'm doing something, rather than like trucking through stuff that I don't feel like is changing anything. So I think I might just have to put those two on the back burner for the time. But yeah, so that's what I think I'm going to do next. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching me choose what to read next, and you're all well. I will chat to you guys soon. I know I need to film my April wrap up at some stage, but I don't think can do that today, and I am putting together my Q&A for you soon. I've filmed one, and again I need to film the other half, but I don't think it's going to be a today thing. But yeah, hopefully you're all doing okay, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.